2007 our China Biggie Black Queens Enra
next World Cup I know so Ebebaso and at this moment at the here and it's Obenya win no and definitely they did their possible best to make sure they were going to get the win in spite of all the problems. Now me feel say they be America football na ya adwene mu adwuma enti okobo games I be here say obey sound mentally psychologically and ma be dey na akwa mu di ama na watimi esi aka si ni ye na wanya results a wo hwehwe. So I was thinking at a point the back and forth between the Black Queens and then the ministry, Ghana Football Association. Ye tuesika, ye ntua ye mo de ka mo ne ka sa back and forth ne akasa bebre no na ebetimi anya negative effect and as impact e wo Marijuana performance and so but Marijuana taught me otherwise. Omuko gina park and so no they showed say in spite of all the problems and everything they were ready to fight for the nation to make sure say at least qualification now no we haven't qualified yet but if you back one sana ya come you know it's then not the anybody here say you bet me across the head no and sana ya kwa say intercontinental playoff no nyama bet me akon kind ya ma ya kwa people World Cup ni mu bia and the man one of the DS ni nyina to omachi ejina mu fight here and this Black Queens we have seen kwame so numpodi nkan sha eto Diana performance ni ebibi e wo ho how to make sure they are going to maintain the lead so say you be pon game na eto da ye problem kaka wafcon ya ye hwe ye no ana na ekoso but for them to go down as early as the 4th minute of the game na still na no mbe pushi anya the equalizer at the dying best of the game as so anya the match winner at the account no qualify at the expense of the Ivorians you know. I think that alone that fighting spirit they showed in the game yesterday is commendable. I'm only hoping and praying say I'm about to also say yeah na intercontinental playoff no yet me seek the qualification and I said that slot I bet me the akwa ball a World Cup ni bi kwame
say a interconfederations playoff no ye 3 year e be countries 3 and e be qualify from sa playoffs no who GDS countries 3 na bet me area
kwame yes you have to be determined and make sure say you are going to go all out. Without determination, the air and run and it's an America time I concede go. Anytime I equalizer and so share match winner. It's if we can approach the rest of the games with this same mindset and the performance, me what GDS say to me akwa World Cup na say.
Eno a biggie and a yedi nkomo e de fa maba no Black Queens so metimi a qualify kobo e intercontinental playoffs. Aye hope ye bon paye se nyame adoma ombetimi a qualify no de akopie mo 2027 Women's FIFA World Cup. Aye beko so e wo Brazil. Enti maba wano yembo o maba so pay na pressure e wo mo so abro mo de o release e ba ye o musi kasem ne o bonuses ne nsem bebre. By ni nyina echi no mo de to machi winning game no e de mo man konkono Ghana. Yebe PM ewo the Continental Club Masters House of Folk aso ye. Na bigi say House of Folk atadwe eniji semaba enomati asem de. Finally House of Folk omonsa aka omo top left back Abdul Aziz House of Folk ensa enyaka brantie no. Na die tienie enra nopa around 9 o'clock AM ana Abdul Aziz a free Swedro or Blast camp ekopie mu ewa Accra. Anopay about 10:33 AM. Anokopie mu ewo baby a House of Folk eyo mo medicals no. Yentimi emfa ehontu di edini ntuja because of security reasons. But anopa 10:30 AM ya Abdulaziz aye ne medical said ya House of Folk. 2 years ano sign. And our 1 year optional option and only a club option no enti enchebiano House of Folk officially on be announced say Abdulaziz left back no see a kind of Swedro or Blacks no House of Folk etimbe announce enchebia and now no pay and wakwa in the medicals ediama the Continental Club Masters 2 years plus 1 and all sign ediama House of Folk boboku biggie
kwame ade ba kwa eye ni jipa so your supporter and say obetise team assign a player a lot of the people who follow game ni say player asamese there born oni mu bo nemum eye ni je mroso say team ebe sign player a obi anim so oni mbo na player no so bo a position a wankasa wakomam ene utirim unim se utim no eni nipa na se player or boss a position ne mama akoma tomo yem ewo ho. Enti if you are looking at the Barcelona situation, Barca supporters no Barcelona are signings o omato aye Anthony Gordon Karim Adeyemi, but me sure say Barca supporter bi ani beje pa say Barcelona sign Julian Alvarez because they know so omo deka wa number 9 position honoma omo hi obi amana baba be fele nti e ba ne say ni je ni yesronko. It is on a different level. The same thing applies to Heart to Focus we speak. Abdelaziz enimbo nebo obi o follow Ghana Premier League ni bia say he has the quality to play for almost every top club in the Ghana Premier League. But Heart to Focus turn our turn no enya just a signing no. It is a signing na Ebaba be fele pothole that Heart to Focus bobo ko ni mo. There are certain players when you sign them they are just coming to add up. Eben po baba ye backup. But position na Heart to Focus top player about the left back position kwame. E position na Heart to Focus deka. Uko team BM1 now, the onus lies on a branch friend say Abdelaziz.
Yeah.
Almost every player will have to focus and I be born with this whole body position and money ye. Has to focus in to a better player or so than a when they were brought into the team, a lot of the people felt to say this is going to be the solution to the position we are signing. And I say we are signing. Just because you feel so our quality in the air turn in the night Edenaba. How to fucking who she young quachiri young quantity there be ye didn't come on one no ya and chay and I had to focus left backer or biaji tums a left back where you born Bobroso radio voca. Very good left back. Defensively he's solid. All attacking all my options were any more of my he's solid. It's a Juma Uben here from a modern day left back. So on your attack on defending he combines the two and does it effortlessly. Akwadano or quality on ball. But since his exit, I had gained the amount how to focus on left backer or meeting that particular standard. It is a ye dim common. You shall have to focus left backs no more bonwa. Omum fitness our standard, no moon do sa level now radio voca set it to one. And no nebema ye dim common say how to focus you be or competent enough to fill into that position and that show. There are left backs or more on them, but our performance and that is saying, and your papa bia. Last season, I said, had to focus Toda or Bob Demu as a makeshift. Baba Demu is a centre back, a left-footed centre back. It's a coach body makeshift. Not the number Baba said the number 3 position. No, I bet Gina Honor, no, Boka Kadiama had to focus just because or a left-footed centre back. It is assumed to say, obey me about the left back position. No, I bet Gina, no, Baba Bokaka at the Intia because our position had to focus the car. It is a tall bar. Standards may be more set here to one. For them to have the trust and believe that this is the right man for the job, you have to make sure you are going to either meet that standard or possibly surpass the standard. And then only a Juma says here, adapt the Aziz so. We need this our quality. But had to focus, and it's a different competition altogether. Kwame, Ube me about pass back up also do all blacks. Ube did the whole 2 weeks. And after 3 weeks, just a single pass. But at Heart to Folk, almost every weekend, they need an improved performance from the player.
Yeah, true.
Almost every weekend. Until Bob Bakuna Babon was do all blacks. Now, obedi the whole bear Bosumi, Muni Bosumi Bakono. Heart to Folk, the Entessa. The peer supporters sleep for the few. So, Bob Papa now, almost expected Papa Nyambochna. Just because, as I said, the Odia Maya Neno. You have to increase it almost every time. Give us something good and different to talk about almost every day. That is the kind of pressure in every top club. It demands never sorrow. I'm going to watch the young man well. Heart to Folk a good player. But for you to be good enough for Heart to Folk depends on the performance of the on board.
Eno, Abdulaziz, Chebia Heart to Folk, ebetimi announce and say, new left back cometimi assign on Edene Free Swedro Oblast. And no paying a branch and acquire the medicals at the House of Fuka or sign 2 years +1 at the Continental Club Masters. Yanko PM ewo Mediama Bobuko Nusu aswe ye. Mediama ewo Ivory Coast or Mobo pre-season so. So far no ometimia ba sec ometimia bo omnis poma boya Musukru FC. Na 3 matches na Mediama Bonubigi. Eno ana coach Ibrahim Tanku edia tudwa say so far Nani aje Mediama for modern bon goals ahodo omutimi hye ewo pre-season eyade ba kwa nani aje yenko tie coach Ibrahim Tanku omo pre-season goals a omo sha ase eso so etimi ehye de ode tu yanim ana yeso so ede mamo ena awie.
The good thing is we are scoring, and then, like I said, the goals we conceded here in the last game is avoidable. That's what we are working. We are going to work for, and then try to, get a more finishing up front, so that Champions League is a 2 league games. You need to have your strategy, and we hope that through these friendly matches we will have that.
Eno coach Ibrahim Tanko na de nsem kakra so ede tudwa no. So for mo call Ivory Coast no about 3 games ni big your match 5 goals coach ni so mani age ba nya ho nkra na mpese yehwe oma yade so mo hye goals no en me no mienu nim se media ma na e be represent Ghana nyame adoma CAF Champions League omo ni TP Mazembe coach ebo team na ba so mo hye goals no me problem ba kwa me woni omo consider sa so omo pre-season nim and we game boy bet me work any more CAF Champions League against TP Mazembe.
Yeah.
Omunye easy side.
Debbie.
And coach airborne mabaso no. I think say baby was some adwen course so no. How we consider goals no.
And Kwame, just as you are saying, may assure sir coach Ibrahim Tanko no be adwen 100%. Because coach Ankasa Kasa no okaye. Or say the goal they considered in their last game avoidable. Inti eno no person oye ho adwuma sensei. Inti coach enhu de o ka no. And ogitum say eno ne betimi akai no to the next level. So okobo Africa interclub competition kwame. Na se okoshe 6 goals, na o concede 5. Okoshe 3, na o concede 2. Okoshe 2, na o concede 1. You are playing against a team, first of all, the level you are playing at, some team no experience a change at that particular level.
True.
So if you admit this, you have to make sure, say, game now it should be devoid of mistakes.
No crap.
There are coaches who say game no, and after football in itself, it is just about not conceding goals. It will show a lot of the coaches are. They always make sure say person be concede because on him say. No matter what they say man concede na me mama ni den na me nya ba ko pempo de to net mo amawie
obetima
protect ne de no and Charles Ferguson Kazim bi or say the attack wins you games but the defense wins you championships. Defense doesn't necessarily mean say udi nipa 80 kwa kogu achiri. It doesn't mean say udi nipa 7 nipa 10 ekwa kogu achiri. The friend say park the bus no. That is not necessarily about defending, but there are defending principles and other defensive principles are. Ubetimi you see as a manager or the 4 players or the 3 players but the we are saying no now won't concede goals. So coach should make sure. So when you see the good defensive principles, then the results are. During the days of Utuado or Black Stars, Kwame, you to as much as 7 players, 6 players, 8 players. Our your box more you defend and you concede goals. You know Austria.
Yeah.
But timer, the new coach, you call World Cup, Obianhuye. We didn't need 8 or 7 players to defend, but we had good defensive principles. It's a jetemuna na ye nyomunino. Ababa be better. Aye nipa 4, 3, 5. Ewo ye actually one part to be defending ye. So Coach Ibrahim Tanko has to work on this. Because attack there, just as he's saying so much goals, you know. I am very happy about that because me my biggest problem, no.
Yeah.
If we last season, only attackers so much goals. Nipa no the top scorer, no a defensive midfielder, and as a central midfielder, Salim. And Salim so call. It's Nipa no she goals do one ano. Ye gina free team ni mo nimbiem. And you goals no about 50% of your goals. Ayina. So you have to find ways to get it. And so when you attack now you're solid. Now when you have this number of goals I am missing from your team compared to last season there now. What you have to do is say you tighten the defense. And coach Adrian Baswa, he should just work on it. You have to walk the talk. And if you omane ye kasa keke, se makane mo minti mi nya ho hwe, na me to wona me consider Debbie. What Adrian Baswa ne nko ade fix it. Because team now on ne kwa bono. Competition now mo ko bo. If it is about experience and you are no in that competition.
Eno kakre free media ba and yes so yetimi discussing because ni nyina yes nyame adoma enche bia no CAF Champions League no media man na represent Ghana omukọ omanim e wo CAF Champions League a enimonyam no ebika Ghana football and Ghana as a country enti omo pre-season ni omo enkoye ni nyina no ye try say ye be draw media ma team no adwen e de abaso goals omo consider no omo make sure so betima work on it because TP Mazembe die enye team ketwa Big Yanko PM ewo Krobia Metembes Kafo Kotoko Asweye. Na Kotoko omo director of football, Mr. Stanley Menzo. Edin Sembebre na edi atudwa minim se imre sem ne ba bedi di ho nkomo bebre. Ba bia nipa edodo na no eka ho asem a mekra no epushi me no. Omo ebusa Mr. Menzo Stanley Menzo say Asante Kodoko na ye director of football. Edie ne ba yo consider ya utimi appointee coach a ye friend say everything clear na Menzo achirechim ade ekọ mu nioma a omu consider ye ma Asante Kodoko appointee everything clear be the new coach Edema Asante Kodoko yenko tie Mr. Stanley Menzo director of football Edema Asante Kodoko.
You know, it was not so easy because I'm not familiar with African football. So when I came here the first 2 weeks, I saw the environment, I saw how things were here. So I could skip directly a few coaches because they are not used to work in such environments. I knew Eric of my time in Cape Town when I was coach of Ajax Cape Town. And I knew he was coach of Cape Town City, yes. And I knew they were struggling with a lot of things. It was a new born club. Okay. And as a coach, he was struggling with a lot of things that he managed to do. You know, I saw our environment, and I know he also didn't have training. He didn't have training facilities, but he managed to create a team. He managed to perform. He knows Africa because he's traveled with his clubs through Africa. So actually, I think that we appointed the best coach we can have because he's been there. He's been here where we are now, and he's built clubs with youth development. He has built those clubs to a good standard, a good level, and so for me it was for this job.
I know, Asante Kodoko, director of football, Mr. Stanley Menzo, and a chim at the Crontia or non ba no. Oh yes, Asante Kodoko, appointee everything club. Biggie, wait ye Stanley Menzo, the Omujina so Emma Asante Kodoko appointee coach no. Or say ultimate build it group standard a wasro, ultimate develop players. Well, whom be on the best person for the job.
Come sir, me assure this is a jatum say Kotoko form and
say asin
the sporting director kan no me menti ase o say onim papa no e wo Cape Town na oye coach e wo honom na a new club. They struggled with a lot of things. A lot of things no more struggle with no one chirimbebre. And Obeka say they didn't have training facilities. But yet na coach the best. And that is the level we are now.
So Kotoko struggle.
Of course. Na South Africa club obo premier yes we need training facilities. Na Kotoko dey. South Africa Premier Club. Stanley Menzo say only facilities. And tina coach ne struggle. Na Kotoko dey. So you know why most of the time Kumasi Asante Kotoko training wapajo. And not a technical director ne can. The lack of training facilities. And if he's the man, our builder, and your coach be a builder. So you look at the right sporting project that you would want to do, where you would want to get to, then you appoint the right man for the job. Sana brofonieno. And baby Akumasi Asante Kotoko dano, or lucky training facilities. Baby Asante Kotoko dano, or form or struggle to say a newborn club. It will here be or ya builder as a manager. No ababa be far the from the scratch. No wa share their throw. And that is exactly what they are doing now.
So that means say a bit take it time.
Of course. It may take time. But the only thing I am happy for and also happy about is Asante Kotoko company for no, identifying and accepting where the club is now. The first step to solving a problem is knowing the problem itself.
To identify problem.
Yes. As somebody say, we know where then was ya no. It's Asante Kotoko company for no. And who problem no. And I decide to send you befa nipa. Omo betimi aboa ma ye see how na no. So it is going to take time. And I am hoping and praying. So this time around, supporters they be more than needed time.
So in several Stanley Menzo kanina no. Atwema adwen de asi ade ba ko so ne de wo ka no. Say omo fa Tinkler because on we obi a utimi build team, team. So what check here play bi onim ni bia no pese odi nani hu say e be fiti
e be boa me.
Ono no omo plans ne omo project pese omo ye na.
Yes. Me be hihye ade nti ade na me be hihye no wo betimi aboa me ama ya hihye ana ade say me di mani hu
nti kotokofo ni nya abotre
emma no eno ne me problem as soon as possible Kumasi Asante Kotoko has to get a communication director. I'll be set a positive agenda for the club now to supporters the team no makoma mu and yes sir yeah more have season we over than na ye wo no mo sorry akomanhia. You run so aka team ne supporters ne dia enti omo aye omo dia no e sha ase so omo su se na ye wu a na ye wura ho tete na wo so take decision mo ye okay
nti wo say communication no e ko supporters mu say say na team ne baby e wonie baby a ye pese ye didru nie. So the first season of Stanley Menzo ana everything kla no aha ana ye target na supporters ne ntiase no mo nkambom. So now working towards that project no.
You come out with a blueprint, a laid down blueprint. Okay, Kotoko ne ye build ye pese ye di mfie num. Ene de build Asante Kotoko no. Your first season, ye pese Asante Kotoko qualify for top 4 and as a top 6. O we can say hey Kotoko ko top 4 and top 6 last season o di 8th one. 8th na Asante Kotoko di last season. One. That is the reality. If you pese about top 4 and as a top 6. And it's a top 4 near Pessia bar. It is in the minds of the supporters. A Basso Kumasi Asante Kotoko continue in G League. No be Kotoko supporter cry. The supporter can defend the club. Yam penny for see your project, your top 4, your the third, your the fourth, you okay. And penny for the meet targets. The next year, your dear Bay, your Pesa ABI, your GFA Cup, and as you say near Kokobo Africa. Africa now, your Kobono supporters, your Sremo. Your Jitum see your team in the Suba baby, I won't tea, your Kosoya and what near the Ashaniama. And the supporters no enfie kwa ni mu na mre kwa ni mu no omo nim de mpanifo no pese omo ye se wa ma supporter na enhu a e da ni team se ne Kotoko ne da so te se ali o eno na ma de bia supporters ni bufu no e jo feel se wunya ni team ni ye but mani hu reality no mani hu no kure no na won hu se ye de bre sei na ehye ne de ababa be gina ba bia na first no o Kotoko ni gina no se si adjust for me nyina obiem. That is the reality.
Biggie, Asante Kotoko, Stanley Menzo nkomo no ede. Na de oka ne so betawechi ana mefo aso wo say Kotoko ma supporters ni mo project board no eyi. By ni nyina mu no project na wo ye no e wo si yehu progress e wo project ni
sure.
Ba say wo pese wo ye project na baby a wo gina ho na wo gina ye hu progress ane de ye ntiase ba at least or see you at said you will see down out to me and say, oh, my person me did 5 years, is it then we first year person me drew a second year by 2 years now, baby, yeah, yes, sanity. Yanko PM our John Entry experience John Entry. O see a kind of my dreams FC. Now House of Folk ne John Entry na Edim komo bibi e koso. Now you say House of Folk ne John Entry komo no bigi. E mo ye din kakra. Ni nyina no e John Entry demands are o demanded from House of Folk. Na no na yenhwehwemu kakra che se mediama force so Africa no mo kono omo pe John Entry experience ndi aba be show mo team nim enti yese mediama force so aba ewrem se omo hwe so so betime nya John Entry enti John Entry no akwa akoye House of Folk na mediama so far no mo we se o betima ya yenwrem kitwe bi na yenhwe de wo so
Kwame. John Entry is an experienced striker. a journeyman on the African continent for that matter. Inti team bia when you abrese opese wo ye bibi e wa Africa no unya such a leader e di gina o team anymore obeboa wo John Antwi di akwa ye ni wo Egypt ne de wa bo no Africa ha nyina wo de ye ntungu ne mfanto nchen oba Ghana no when he led Dreams FC call Africa you who performance and as a leader with the club we saw how good the team performed. And this all your team now person ko Africa now ko bon homoden na wo hia leader e wo park ne so a coach ni de wo gina nchen ba mrantie ni gina park ne so a ese so obi ye kandifo gina park ne so obetene mrantie no de wakọ kon ni bi da no onim kon na ni so no ono nso be gina honom na watene mrantie ne wo park ne so and sandipa ne ye John Antwi
enti between Mediama and House of Folk
kwa media we senka Mediama mfa no se Mediama na e kwa Africa
ona say by between omumie no de personally me when said you be here John Antwi kase has because the Mediama no wenya John Antwi kra or other options be are equally or more so but House of Folk no say Hamza is any ho Mauli wayo ni ho
has this so ni strikers is
here between omo de you here John Antwi kase pa here House of Folk
has in here striker it is a John Antwi that striker House of Folk here me problem but me make Mediama because of Africa no and unti dem me hwe Mediama no enti omumienu ni nyina no se ba bia duru ne de kwa me wutu botomu a na wa hwede dem na wo de di nkomo ti ya hwede besi
eno John Antwi se akwakoye House of Folk ana Mediama na yenkopiem Port City so aso me no ka say Port City for se o mawie bibia yaw emisa 3 years ana Port City for so ever na osi akan de ma Double Soccer Academy yaw emisa me no ka say Port City center back tenten kese gramo bigi wako sign 3 years e de ama Port City minim say afi we die yaw double die players no ton ano ton ana Port City for so afi na maba Premier League mo ni abre enti yaw emisa o ma sign no 3 years ma menchia chairman pusher Kofi Owusu Jerry Stuntes the Black Soldier wo famo Port City mpanyim for the supporters or more tema yaw emisa Port City
a good move honestly speaking they are building a team and me assure say almost first season almost target would be to stay in the Ghana Premier League and it is very important in building a team you need quality players. Quality isn't just always about people who have names. Debbie, we've seen Asante Kotoko have to bring in players with no disrespect from nowhere. But eventually, a big boy, he's a young man, talented. He has the quality to play at the top level. You just need a coach or Ben Chow. And coach or what Port City says, it's also that kind of coach or a builder.
Yeah.
On him talent, on a chat talent. It's going to work in the hands of such a manager. And your problem. I am only wishing the young man well. Now, Okwa, the one in Muntia, a babe fan, no. Kone ko dine. Me ana me problem ne kwame. Players bebre na no nya akwanya ni wia na okoda en na ya na hamiu bare nka bo na obo and na wanya akwanya na okwa miamu a for 2-3 say target na just the Ghana Premier League unu bi bo Ghana Premier League na o Switzerland obi bo bi na o Spain obi bo bi na o England for sa adwini 2-3 mu na okono go and make a mark e Port City
ya obi stadium ginidi ana Port City so o mo kono so Port City e bobo a omuma young guys na opportunity kese coach Christopher Eni on so betima ye player no ho adwuma ya double on a player no free Double Soccer Academy ne ka Double Soccer Academy no double die me say afi we die iska big ohwe no onim say ni players mienu Mejak Osei Sambras Bafo akọ sign contract wa manone ana da so say Double Soccer Academy ya double yambo na baso ye adwuma ni 2 players
nice
akọ sign contract wa manone Mejak Osei Sambras Bafo amanone CEO ye adwuma
CEO no John Terry CEO John Terry
oh yeah adwuma yambo on say boys no obo mo pa
oh yes
obo mo
he's really working hard Kwame enye easy or ye na famu die pa because we be ka say oh send there ono so beton player na wanya ska ba Kwame the kind of investment you have to make ebe for obi e dia ba academy mu aba be ne cha player no ansa na waton and let's not forget obi to mo ya football na e bia bo hu so waton ba ko bi nu wanya din wanya ska kakra gu ni botom but obi to ya for players be 60 players be 40 abo mo ho ka be 5 years e bi kura ba ko pe anase mienu pe e na obetimi atom
wonderful
so it is not easy it is not easy
bigi memre ne ko ba ko mienu bi
kwame me wo birthdays bi e wa say na ene eye minua baba ko e birthday mama yesi yes ene eye mama yesi awoda di adodo na de frɛ no ene shatamichi ene eye ne birthday nti mama yesi nyame sha na onye okese special happy birthday to you na afei happy birthday en confirma Emmanuela Baba a student ewo health and allied science ewo ho ene eyo no so awoda Ivan ewo timetim wo se yan wishi Emmanuela a happy birthday kwame na menchia madam Christine ewo Molis yes Molis delight menchia na wie
happy birthday sonko enkoma owusu entry Gregory ene we di 7 years e free o papa say mufti ana ama me Cecilia o say omusi omoba owusu entry Gregory we di 7 years nyankopon inshallah Sasu na Mr. NS Owusu Owefija say ene your birthday if Madam Franca or say Mr. NS Owusu Owefija say yemre show happy birthday. Sasu so ana money o asafo ene eye money birthday o asafo if one blue eye Sterling Kumasi FM or say yemre show happy birthday. Sasu so na Master Yaw oye empabwa ewo kwada so estate tunu adwuma yefo ni nyina Master ya kwada so estate ye show no enkra ba ne kire se mabiem obi bia wo twem kwada so estate hono mabiem obi asoso ehwe bi na otie bi bigi me ko na memre na buke
kwa mu da ho
ena wie ma me no ndi nkomo bebre Vema Plus Company Limited omo se enka ncho se oye bema o low sperm count sisi eye wo ya sesi enu etimi agemu na dro no air drive capsules no ana ye kamfo etimi ediama obebie wanum no enka na ebefri wanum ba no enye nka papa eye little capsules no ana me kamfo etimi ediama minua ba ubu nsa wote yaw wedro no eye dinat capsules no prostabite capsules ne di two prostrate na se ne nyina no eye Vema Plus Company Limited ana akofa ndupa we etimi ede aba o pedudu etua 0244370702 ohine wa sunflower oil say de ope sunflower oil ope oil a obi edi ho adanse ebo nipadua na eye ohine wa sunflower oil ana ye kamfo etimi edi amaw na enigi sem ne ye say e contain vitamin E na sa vitamin E no ebo amu akoma no bibia koye obi wo ho a onante kakra bia na akoma no ebo peri ni nyina ne ye say eye nyoma na odi kodi mu no nyoma na ye dia ye stew oil na ye dia ye stew no enye papa ni nyina ne ye so obehia sunflower oil eye ohine wa sunflower oil stew na wo ye no enam na wo che no eye ohine wa sunflower oil ani ye kamfo timi edi amaw o pedudu atua 0256122715 Kingdom Herbal Center yen ani akofa Kingdom Co capsules no etimi edi aba Koko ane how o sorry abekwan wumnim Kingdom Co capsules ana me kamfo etimi edi amaw bema wa yemre wompem sese no etimi agemu Kingdom Ginseng Power capsules no ana me kamfo etimi edi amaw stroke na how cholesterol na doson Kingdom Garlic capsules and bitters no ana me kamfo etimi edi amaw ni nyina no Kingdom Herbal Center ana akofa ndupa we etimi edi aba 0559 761144 ye ka no ye ba kosiesie ne ye ba kosiesie dia eye ba bi ba kopɛ Tabota garages ana me kamfo etimi ediama sa wo ka na kwa akopem obese esiesie na sabaye mu no body works no say engineer nya ho adwuma air condition no ni nyina no electrical works ni nyina no Tabota garages ana me kamfo etimi ediama o ka na kwa akoka opese ye beto o ka no opese ye ton o se peka ato a baby e wo so oba ya so eye no Tabota garages enkran ye wo awosi water works Kumase ahonjo runabout Georgia Hotel hono ubetime hu yen ana so be frɛ yen 0542 961 111 eniji semaba high sense mpanyimfo say die agesi aye remu no promotion kese ekoso high sense factory direct promo no ana ye say ekoso eniji sema ewom ni ye say ukopiem e high sense aso ya every 18th of August ekosi 28th of August 2026 no adeɛ bi abeto high sense no ye de ma factory price de ye ton no factory no anasa de price na factory for de ma no sa na aba ye showroom ho a ye betimi e de amount sene nso 18th of August ekosi 28th of August tutumi ka sesie ne kopiem e high sense appliance bi abeto bia no ye the factory price na ma o enti ni ato ne din high sense factory direct promo eka appliances dia high sense aso and ye kamfo etimi ede ama no and your product no papa newer scientific herbal hospital Dr. Nimose Menkancho say wa ware ache awo entimi mba enkofo de awo etwa mpo a de ehia ne se obetutu mika sesie obeba na so be ma wo low sperm count prostrate how liver kidney halitosis infection yare bia no baby odo wani che no newer scientific herbal hospital atonsu Monaco Junction anaso be Fred Dr. Nimo 0244 087687 say mining industry ne sketimi abempa yi opeso konyes kakese edigu botoma de ehia ne so ba kopiem ewo Ibsoc mining and engineering training school dump truck na peso osuatwi forklift excavator wheel loader backhoe roller bulldozer no baby akwakoje ntete no niema abodin krata no Ibsoc mining and engineering training school hostel facility no free de ehia ne say ubetimaje number no afrey 0204 170270 upaye cha kwan a ye wo gbase zongo ye behind high sense building no eho ana abehu yen Again herbal mixture and capsules make come for etimi edi amount again no eyedu papa o sorry anope umututu general body pains ewiabo eduane abesi wanim untimi endidi menuaba ubu nsa oteyaw sciatica ana how watenka ebia forma edura make come for the amount no again herbal mixture and capsules Dr. James Amwadaroma ana akofadu pawe etimi ediaba baby etondro bia no onsa betima kebi upedudu etua 0241 604720 ensase ho asem ayeden wo Ghana ha asase baako ne yato ama nipa be 5 nipa be 6 de bia na manso ewo ho na utwa kwan ompesa stress ompesa problem na baby akwakoton sase no 7 steps building construction and real estate upefie complete ato ye betimanya bi etimi edi amount ufie no opese ye be design de maun yembeto tiles ne maun yembe ye roofing fa maun ne nyina yetimi ye de ehia ne ye say obeje ye number obefrɛ yɛn 0243 653520 Ghana ha sei baby a pass ase baby a padan ato no yebenya bi etimi edi amount blueprint DNA ɛhɔ ane yɛkwakoyɛ DNA yɛkwakoyɛ paternity test no baby a obakoyɛ DNA results na beba no enton fa ho 99.99% blueprint DNA so energy sem ne say Ghana ha say regional capitals ni nyina no ye office anasa branch ho Kumase Asafo Snit eho ana abehu yen anasa obefrɛ yen 0547 113957 Alicia Deco Ghana ha say West Africa ha upe baby a ubenya quality washroom equipment ana fittings a Alicia Deco ana make comfort me edi amount open luxurious water closets, open washing basins, open shower, open taps ahodoɔ, open water heaters, open bathroom towels. Ɛyɛ bar na ode towel no sponge ebe sense no upe bia. Baby ode wani betre no Alicia Deco. Na niji sem ne say ye 1 year anniversary promo no koso. Oba ya so ya water closet ni atete so ade about 400 Ghana cedi. Umpe we na de na ope tuturumika sese na bra ya so ye. Kumase abinchi ne wo anaso obefrɛ yen 0598 845718 ano Alicia Deco. Gentleman Dental Clinic obi edi ho adanse say yesi ho adwuma no omo anomo te so Gentleman Dental Clinic sa wo se no opese ye hye ne silver ye hye ne gold Gentleman Dental Clinic sa dental implant Gentleman Dental Clinic extraction Gentleman Dental Clinic scaling polishing Gentleman da so na woko teeth whitening Gentleman da so o se ne hye ne braces a ne nyina ne ye se obako piem Gentleman Dental Clinic Nungwa C5 Junction wo hu yen Atomic Dam Kwabenya roundabout Kumase Abrepo Junction Total Filling Station no ana abehu yen anaso obefrɛ yen 0549 906588 Solar Biochemist Limited Dr. Solomon wasaka no hu biem Pekin crying instant justice. The Yan yes, oh yeah, Bema match na sete 5 to 10 minutes to the match no per Zipman plus herbal capsules ni bi wo de bomienu pe one kasa obete de one kasa be hu adwuma bebo Zipman plus herbal capsules no ana make am for etimi edi ama menua be ma infections no adulson ase ho enkabone ewo ho ni nyina ne yese ubenya solar herbal mixture ni bi na bibia koye etimi edi ama Prostafit herbal capsules no ye di two prostate na se eno ane ye friend John Soboko ni nyina no Solar Biochemist Limited Dr. Solomon ana akofendu pawe etimi edi aba Kobo Junction ana so be frey 0245 616028 Polytank de bia me catch say o padia sto unsu egum asade na be sto unsu egum no enkofa how bia mfam brewa eye Polytank na wo so to ade bi wo ho a usto unsu egum a obo sensuo no ebe ye toro eno ana kofa typhoid yare no ede bro ade a be sto unsu egum unsensuo no ye clean insuo no bibia ni mebebo ni pedua no eye Polytank entima mo new sites ahodo schools ahodo factories ahodo asori fievo no so mambe hia no mambe sto unsu egum no eye Polytank omba Ghana ha say no ache 1992 entisane nso se o padia sto unsu egum a eye Polytank no ene papa no watutusu ache ni nyina ne ye se ope iPhone na yusu na susu sika ne nso ye kawakuma tu yem ene hwei EBA phones in penny for say iPhone na open no se open brand new se open de yusu ne kakrakra usika ne nso ye no o de bra so ye bedi kan tu 40% be ye sa 40% down payment no o be ye 40% a ye be ma obosom miensa na wutuatua ne kakrakra iPhone no a free SR ekosi iPhone 17 Pro Max o de bra EBA phones ya so ye kuma se edum prisons runabout ajekum building first floor ubehu yen circle America mo ubehu yen dansoman Medina Zongo ubehu yen gye number na frɛ yen 0200689170 Bash digital satellite decode nyina ahimfie eye Bash decode nyina headquarters eye Bash we obi a we operate game center hotel restaurant ufie kra na ohia decoder de ehia ne yese obekọ Bash aso eye decoder ne yen recharge ma decoder ne yen beye installation ma ye door to door delivery package ahodo bi a opebia no o de bra aso eye ne nyina ne yese decoder de eye ba bi ba akopɛ eye Bash digital satellite aso eye kuma se Abrepo Junction ship mu ɛhɔ ana abehu yen ana so obefrɛ yen 0556 287757 Bolivar ho ban na obeba Oliver ne ho ban a eduro ne de bia miguso edi ho adanse e de kyerɛw eye Hepasco herbal capsules no ana odi Oliver ne ho ban mesrɛw Oliver ne de akwaya sone e woni panim enti saa nyoma fi no wadi die wie no nyoma fi no wo se firi nipaduanim no eye liver na be sone so ama saa nyoma fi no firi nipaduanim enti sa wan ba Oliver no ho ban a waso be ye se papa udi agura be kan chine gu be fa bag enti wo ba Oliver no ho ban a hyene nso eduro no eye Hepasco herbal capsules ana make am for etimi edi ama 0557 453579 Best Brain Publication Limited yen and your books no ye rating a 5-star ana A1 yen and your books no GS for atum yen your books no sua akrana dwemu ebie enti book bi a wo pe bia no say ye preschool textbooks no basic 1 kwoti basic 6 JHS textbooks no SHS textbooks no a Best Brain Publication Limited omo books no ana make am for etimi edi amount Kumasi Pankro no ye behind La Posada Hotel ana so be frey yen 0241 520946 Dr. Amagashi Herbal Center wey or your specialist our PM e Ghana ha say your stomach ulcer eye gonorrhea eye prostate why emre wompem usisi na ye oya infections ahodo onse de hu ade awontimi mba yare bia no baby ado wani kire no eye Dr. Amagashi Herbal Center aso eye ane ye comfortimi ade ama in crime Kaswa Prison Junction, Kumase, Swami Macro Police House, Takrade ye wo ho, Bogoso ye wo power line, Techiman, Koforidia, ye wo New Side Green City Hotel, and also be friend Dr. Amagashi, 0544 580936. OP Wallpapers, Segana has say pa, open your mind, yes, them, Amadema ye nika, Edama ye feno, eye OP aswe ye. Nyamana de besi yes, them no, se ope ba kwato. Open do etuo bibi to say 3D wallpapers, picture flames, bedside lamps, blanketings, air diffusers, ring lights, 3D wall clock. Baby I do any channel. OP wallpapers. Aso ye edum first floor na na kwesi agema in storyboard no ehɔ na OP wɔ chrono barrier omene chrono market no and edi nhwanimu anaso be free OP 0540 353750 no OP wallpapers ɛne gye sɛm promotion kɛseɛ ɛkɔ so Electromat August promotion no ɛkɔ so Electromat mpanyinfoɔ say bosumi a yesim ɛyɛ August bosumi yi no ɔmo yɛ enoma bebree akyɛdeɛ bebree promotion bebree ɔde bra Electromat aso ɛyɛ beto appliance auto appliance na wobɛtumi nya blender ni free ayo no yɛ de kyɛw 32-inch TV yɛ de ma na ne gye sɛm a wɔ Electromat ne yɛ sɛ nneɛma na abɛtɔ no yɛate so 35% discount no ɛkɔ so na kɛse pa ne yɛ sɛ usika ne mpokran so ya wobɛtumi tua 50% na afidi akyekyɛ mu de ama ekosi busumi nsia na wotuatua ne kakrakra tuturumika sesie ne bawuram ɛwɔ Electromat ɛyɛ promotion ɛkɔ so ɛyɛ busumi wei ɛyɛ August promotion ana ɛkɔ so True Smart Dental Clinic a ɔmakɔfɔ professionals ɛde aba professionals no ɔmunya abotre scaling polishing teeth whitening teeth filling tooth replacement ɛyɛ extraction dental x-ray baby a ɔde w'ani kyɛ no ɛyɛ True Smart Dental Clinic Kumasi Swami roundabout wobɛhu ɔmo wɔ hɔ nkran akyemɔtɔm yɛ opposite new plan anaasɛ ɔbɛfrɛ yɛn 0202 899323 Holy Mosquito Spray and Call ntuntum nyinaa police no eduro anaasɛ mosquito spray ene kwa ntuntum etini din ehu na odwane ɛyɛ Holy Mosquito Spray and Call emu anketenkete insonkronsuo no ene sam anketenkete no magye dem ho afa no ade a wodi ku omo ɛyɛ Holy Mosquito Spray and Call na enije sem ne yɛ sɛ uyu Holy Mosquito Spray and Call ɛwɔ dem ho a anxiety paye bia scent na efiri mu ba no ɛyɛ scent a ɛyɛ kama a enkofa yare bia entimi emfam bro upedudu etu a 03220 37623 no ɛyɛ Holy Mosquito Spray and Call Easy Brands yɛn ane yɛ product no sese yɛdi yɛ hene sese okodwama so a ade a wɔsɛ wotimi ɛtɔ dodoɔ na no ɛyɛ Easy Brands yakɔ akɔfa Easy Rice na dia ba onwamu emu a wɔsɛ oyusu ɛyɛ Easy Rice emu a yi baako emu a yɛ perfume ne nyina no ɛyɛ Easy Rice ane yɛ kamfo etimi ɛde ama Easy Sardines in vegetable oil no ɛne gye sɛm a wɔyɛ sardine mu yɛ sɛ e contain omega 3 no ɛboa mu ani so atekan ɛboa mu wadwene etimi afountain ye wakoma ne betimi abɔ ye ɛyɛ Easy Sardines in vegetable oil Easy Spaghetti wɔ hɔ Easy Mackerel wɔ hɔ entu kodwama so a Easy Brands ye product no ɛno na wɔsa wotɔ Evans One Trading ɛwɔ Sawaba anaso obɛfrɛ yɛn 0244 244847 Latest Foam Company Limited yɛn ane mattress no obi edi ho adanseɛ mattress bi wɔ hɔ foam bi wɔ hɔ oda so a de bia bɛsɔre no na general body pains ɛno mpokura ka ho na nkɔfo bebree etimi nya sciatica no open mattress a obɛda so obɛfili comfortable obɛyɛ okay bibia bɛkɔ ya ɛyɛ Latest Foam deɛ no ana make comfo etimi ɛde ama ye showroom no aseta baabia ewie yebedidi yeba akɔka bekom baby ebedidi no ɛyɛ Calabash Royal Kitchen eduane bɛyi ana wopɛ continental dishes local dishes eduane bia wa asase so bia no upe bi edia ɛyɛ Calabash Royal Kitchen ana make comfort etimi ɛde ama wo ye event opɛ se ebenu eduane de ma wo ɛyɛ aso ɛyɛ na yɛba gye number frɛ yɛn yɛbɛyɛ delivery de ama wo reservation yɛbɛyɛ ɛde ama wo 0555 799060 Nana P phones and accessories baby a yɛkɔ akɔtɔ yɛ phone ɛyɛ Nana P opɛ baako atɔ opɛ dudu atu ɛyɛ Nana P aso ɛyɛ phone bi a opɛ bia phone accessories bia no ɛyɛ Nana P appliances no yakɔfa de aba say yɛ TV rice cooker gas burner Roach air condition Roach washing machine Nana P akɔfa etimi ɛde aba 0245 777702 Akwaba Building Materials Company yen anagana ha say ye plastic T&J papa materials a use no papa yen cranium no emfemfiri baabia ye no kroma say enti say plastic T&J PPL pipes no electrical pipes no wall panels na opa Akwaba Building Materials Company and ye kan for etimi edi amount size bi a wope color bi a wope bia no ye betima ye etimi edi amount wope ye kira kwan a in Sawom New Road off Kumasi Highway no wobetima hu yen ye behind frames oil no anaso obefre yen 0554 627666 Donek range of products Donek impanyufo akofa ndupa no etimi edi aba Donek malamis malaria typhoid stomach ulcer Donek malamis no koko na how constipation Donek cobitus no and ye kan for etimi edi amount untimi endidi Donek good life herbal tonic no and make kan for etimi edi amount Donek herbal mixture no wo dwama so baby e tondro bia no nsa betimi aka 0246 727677 Kwaku Edelson the Tinkama na tenase odi ebetu fa de akonkofo kro so na kwakumi no wie no Mercedes Benz C300 ne yeton Mercedes Benz munu twan afi na Freeport aba C300 kwaku yeto minim se obeto anase bigine beto de ehia ne so obefa number we 0245 772698 0245 772698 eyemunu twan ana kwaku yejemu a Freeport and Ababedru Mercedes Benz C300.
Mira se kwame enti yebe kwamona ne na fe yede amona ne nsam no edi aba yenko. Some from pro yesha sefi Arsenal and so aswaye sansanyami antuma weekendi community so dono paso Manchester City and the Arsenal nepo press conferences na so Mikel Arteta kasa Mikel Arteta echrem se we Arsenal supporter jitum or se players ni bi ebeko players ni bi eba beko no wuti dia uyem ebesho nemom or say Arsenal e ambitions so club na ambition no swinye pa ense e was squad no musisem e was players bebre na ko na foforo eba ense Arsenal supporters munjintum enche Leicester eba bon saying what is ya bo bidin so be free club ni mo o say na so what jatum kakra ense for bisan say e tani waneri yati o say AC Milan for at the loan offer the aba someone per 8 in one neri no one something to say Otsna and answer or call Mikel Arteta echrem so open place or jidi dia e tani waneri eka onemom also say Saboy no cast Otsna just on Mikel Arteta na emani guarantees say Otsna born when you biabo into Otsna also say guarantees no so the bad day into onye taking decision Nebom boy na be catch and sa born here or person born bi and on so guarantees in some ayedin into enter or be find solution and so the amount branch seven 8 neri Yakobi san said Declan Rice Martin Zubimendi Bukayo Saka nyame atuma against Manchester City on be born piana coach echem say plus na ready and drum training and they were training nyame atuma china be san so a training to plus na there mo bia ye mo hye mo boys and never born be and no someone and also appear for Mikel Arteta Arsenal and so aswayeba young Manchester United near Kobonkomo essence said Yametana Sanyame Atuma Manchester United the AC Milan game no United for the third just and at the post game no now Manchester United Eka in fact the crater Akoma EPF for say against Hull City Crown just way and also a person say young Manchester United training way na yango he niamani bia ekoso unim say Manchester United training and then young sabeketwa Michael Carrick focus ni nyina intensity and the kwaya first way improve plus no or technical drills and then Manchester United tech boni bi kakra ni nyina say na coach ni insist support no about controlling here and say the way release ball no o first touch at saying with decision making it to saying dear coach Michael Carrick na in near pray or insistence a place no bia and so improve omuye boys ne ko hotel and so ko jojo won kakra na hotel no na nyan some kitwal and Matheus Cunha and Bruno Fernandes our campo na omunyinam se cast ni bi and omoto utim say Manchester United unity na no mo peno apana emaye so far the ni hu our camp there it looks like everything is going on well for Manchester United camp squad United for Eddie Tukwai akwakobo AC Milan so Manchester United e release Etiapa still Benjamin Sesko, Yehun was squad in the Messi Mount, so Yehuno, Nemo Marcus Rashford, and so I back into the squad, and Alessandro Martinez, Onina, and so I arrive here. Good news, and so at Manchester United, and no, and someone else appear few upper Afe, Switzerland striker, a Branson Siakai, Edema Monaco, Brian Impolo, what happy or Ball Papa, Diamantino say, or also every Monaco or USA Okwako Twaso Akwako Siakai Adiama Atlanta United Omutia 50 million euros and Adema Klaba Yafano AS Monaco and Yan Samanipia and also a PFU Opa Yanko Chelsea Kopam and so Aswaye Sansana Chelsea training Nanya Samketwa and Nana Man for Enzo Fernandez Obe training and answer on training and Nanya Miatom Enzo training and Chelsea training council on Enzo Nepano Enzo Yabad with himself plus ni na ba san so video na sema me bio Enzo ana na di plus na ni makwai hadin Enzo na di plus na ni Chelsea crest na di wentia so Jabi Alonso ana controlling yama Enzo e wo kopam ntia na de kra your friend Abateno, and then as I say Chelsea for, and I'm gonna start training now. Fay coach, and so a director plus, and I say Chelsea, and then I'm when you're training now. I'm shooting drills, and all I'm insisting to coach the piano born more. Now also controlling no up upon no quack saying, and yeah, many pia. Of course, so our Chelsea training grounds now, and then you're training, you know, Jordan Henderson, and I'm paying for friends. So when you walk a crack, Nina say Jordan Echo School now school no. Coin a PFA or business school where we had the certificates at the Brano and certificates a diploma in global football business management. Diploma in global football business management. And on the best Jordan Henderson and some and no I after Chelsea trainer now and you many piano so also I want a videos and pictures I cradwa and I want some answer to television also at your mouth. Mama Frankie de Jong and one come way. Esansa Frankie de Jong in some pray. Now Frankie de Jong a interview. De Jong say when who's saying and for chan trod the tone so papa and for can someone. Nina someone work on a yen crack and for so jiatum in Tiaman Quenya na fay obe chechenism and I'm so okay. One hour bad here but cheche somewhere. As somebody and the hell Frankie de Jong say what's not Barcelona 7 years. 7 years what's not Barcelona no some per Barcelona. And by this time we feel Barcelona da. Nebom we won some conforming percent Barcelona supporters a tiny year pa. I said the ending kind or walk up na okono or more yet training and obi every in fact Bakona done a 9 or so and I started say all your complaints and also no one can say the catcher doctors they say I said the quote to Jenny Moyane Kakra in the doctors the 4-on-1 Netherlands no so we share the quote to Jenny on Mariano. And I say, in penny for no one Netherlands in our can say, Bono, obets me at was so uncle, now fay uncle training, na game bar, or no so called bony be, or say no quantity this, you know, and penny falling in our jitumu, or someone in our jitumu, and a couple ball, and here we walk up, or see we walk up on Barcelona, or Bayard. Never said or sound so quite check you set the 9 okay or so one of us one penny for never catch and say Nikoto Geno sana aye wise cry asai cry chain send and walk up no also send you sit here also no only more into Barcelona penny for catch no or send the machine ye pa and say or recover or say when be bien and one church and in some and some channel so into be a psychologically crano on to me recover ye and until one babon saying ebe cheche ni nsem owie no se hwe centroni baako Gerard Romero obie nim no sa one ba so na fo na nam sa akwa no oso obetena ne social media no so na oye ne live a ose Gerard etwantro sa Frankie de Jong asama okofa de ebe hye hui ose Gerard intro ose etwantro de ato no so and now ose Gerard etia bonten kasa no Barcelona kobo Champions League quarter finals against Clarefontaine Atletico Madrid ono so omo ose sansam na enye no kre da esanse won say Gerard no wa sada peso gu nanimu ase enti Frankie de Jong abe cheche ni nsem owie ya na Gerard enso so call live and also wo chantro Frankie de Jong wo chantro pa se enye no kre sansam na mi ken a se enye no kre sa wa ya de ama se Hans Flick buefu a adan na Hans Flick kwati over 70 million euros akofa Rodri edenaba was one thing yes coach le down na ultimu say Gerard so to 2 in the man Frankie de Jong nya careful kakra inti life no akoso no ana Gerard enso etoa so eka se de yen ko Manchester na yen ko din komo sense o ko Manchester City for training grounds or the cameras akogina ho camera sano atwan abranse efen Rodrigo Cascante enti sane na no Julian Alvarez ebe start training na Gerard ede cameras ekogina street no so ocha abranse ne diaba tata team efen Atletico Madrid no the same thing and oya abranse efen no Rodrigo Cascante into the cameras and ya want to akogina Manchester City for training grounds nebo diameter say Rodrigo Cascante ni waba betru akwane fa Real from Madrid to Liverpool and see from Liverpool wafa car waba betru Manchester City camp and no an nyamani pia and also a few upper mami Enzo Maresca ne yemon komo esanse waba betri ye baby sano Enzo Maresca sencho foko bisana se papa Rodrigo Cascante ya pese yehu mo tono ana mo tono esanse Barcelona for the offer bar na se mo beje mo pesa mo beje come on, cry at train. Say, Abranse for Rodrigo Cascante no one summit to saying, and Maresca say, oh, on the grounds of our press conference, no, and one Abranse for Rodrigo Cascante ebae. It's also one or call bam to say, why are dear Aquaba? It's also on the way to me. I can't say, we shall Wabamno, or you okay? You could see Enzo Maresca.
Just give the fans an update on Rodri. We understand he's back at the club today. Are you expecting him to be a City player at the end of this window, or are you starting to prepare for life without him?
First of all, as already said, window transfer is open. We can buy players, we can sell players, anything can happen. I just saw Rodri now in the building. I gave him a big hug. He looks good, so we'll see what's happening.
And can you just give the fans an update on
DSSA deal no answer betimi I go through and central for questions some more at the Manchester City plus and yansam ketwa ori na yebisan sana Enzo Fernandez so say mo ya dan mo the bed no e kwa na and on say opacho asem we eyade ehia ne ye pa hwe Enzo Fernandez osia kan at the Chelsea enti say Enzo Fernandez is kan the Chelsea a ontimi for na no nto obi play mu asam in any case so no so te say coach for account Manchester City players once a month. Nibubefu, 80 days in our club from be once some and essential for Saudi own can. Yet him say, what's the set Chelsea for say, and there about 5 more for bid now to one. Or money when your negotiations bio now bed no air kwana. And Maresca say, on your show say, and net be betty missy, Debbie, or say on your show. Now, which are for air cannon or sound so esre, Yente Maresca.
There are suggestions that Chelsea have set a deadline of today for any bids for Enzo Fernandez. I know you won't speak specifically about individual players, but do you anticipate having to do any transfer business today?
Not today, to be honest. I don't think we're going to do something today.
APB and ano and sama Mariska and so eka Central for Episan say Arsenal level almost say na no she and also Jitum say na Jumani nyina say or person or bridging the gap between Arsenal last season and Manchester City and no and sama and so Mariska and so eka Haaland there also be decided say Haaland bet me apokwesi ada game ni piano say now na Haaland the eba fitness no also compared to the rest of the players Haaland there no and so ewechire na mom ayanka kakra transfers in some or set transfers Manchester City e oba kumienu bi and so to na mom ebeye after the community shield no and someone and so Mariska and so eka Como at the krata no dia tum Como for some per Chelsea mo player Liam Delap good news ana Chelsea supporters amuja muchiri krasa me hu Liam Delap no Como at the offer dia tum some per Liam Delap and I know I'm a fat travel Chaloba say Como for some per Chelsea for say omo kwa kwatena so Como na ne ya mu ya business intimo de ye be hu kwa ba fa so aye deal no and say table no and that so Chelsea for be taking decision another offer and so abeto Chelsea table so and so every Frank Lampard ni team Coventry City na Coventry for say amo problem say for Josh a champion and I know Chelsea for the betuja sakwada no or ye Chelsea dache omo man nko loan bio na let's say Coventry there no Chelsea for start say dwen it's Lampard there omone Chelsea Chelsea legend enti ne dia ba betom there e was so we taking decision to Chelsea for catch Coventry say omo 3 days kakra ometo omonka enti say Lampard for say ne nyapre on so pa bronze for the George champion and no and so pia and also a few upper Barcelona for Luis Suarez no updates near ya be can Chelsea Barcelona is so interest Sporting Lisbon almost striker ya found Luis Suarez no omope Abranzie and anano time of Sporting Lisbon for Ayrton Victor Gyökeres and the aqua Arsenal no way and over you place no Baso Abaye or be set 38 goals at the Sporting Lisbon International and 9 no esho poni mu ye pa way of Colombia okay Ghana ni Colombia of Chile when you buy assist anima Colombia for no hard ye pa na Luis Suarez in update in here Barcelona I start say any point no the agents kasa where the agents Fali Ramadani okay no on way on Barcelona your business bebre and I know Marcos Alonso Clement Lenglet Obama Young Frankesie omunyina no Fali Ramadani and deal no na nyina no sa Fali akwa bisa sports no say Barca be kan bibia kyerem yo na sense mo ye dan mo beton na Sporting Lisbon for no ama Barcelona reply nyina no say almost say some de mu ndim a ye kai mo and na no Fenerbahce for so ba Luis Suarez ho Newcastle aba Luis Suarez ho omunyina one statement and ye ka kyerem mo yanton so beto dia kotua release clause just as Sporting Lisbon say a simple statement yanton na mom chinchina so opedia ko na kotua release clause na 80 million euros na no de e be na Barca to say enti say Barca over to you over negotiate because almost ntiase ko na kotua release clause no and no answer ne pia and also appear feel up meanwhile team ne de Barcelona for me no ka say training eguso a ekoso and so our company training about Barcelona 4 year and the goaler me hu sa bronze for Lamine Yamal e training ground so team say season we there masa oja bibia be ko ye enso adia maxim no eno ye niam ni bia and also appear few up for me come for table about second Madrid for almost to training na ekoso Jose Mourinho eguso adwuma Jose guso permit fooder ya can tell say cement fooders na e bia nkwa be den Madrid e be fa bi e dia hyem enti Jose Mourinho solution say cement fooders na wan ye den ya se nan say eno ene ye ne omo bobo no sa na catch Trent Alexander-Arnold say Krachi fi right back war Madansa Dumfries in Bejina number 6 na me radio enti nan say yes Jose Mourinho try a brand for Trent as number 6 enti say season e kosro na open control obi pass ball no from the midfielder or the Trent and so be start edge now to Jose and start here ultra Trent Alexander-Arnold and so I was our position war and no I name ni bia and also appear few Banamum, Madrid edge them say, Eda Militao now. Was that a personal training? No, almost more Pia, a musician and some Babel Rossano, now Fay, Eta Militawa, Sanso Bebo Ball, no, Sanso Pra, in fact, Jose Mourinho, no Madrid say, Eta Militao, ever joining team training. No one starts a full trainer, a very end of September, and a branch for the Eta Militao, and so I joining training, no, and so now when him say Kylian Mbappe, right after the training, no, and a Kylian I interview. Kylian Mbappe say, "Yeah, Madrid players no, now 1 goal. Now 1 goal one in an say win titles. No sin any now no be join team no or say players a Madrid afa new coaches new staff abano or resemusa afei and a Madrid ever start say trophies and on say Jose Mourinho no or a proven coach on him titles eje also the Madrid impany for na say moko for coach on him send yesi winning titles abeloa baby I will be at Unia no. I say, well, Otamansepa, I say Madrid from paying for Otamanse for culture, or Nim titles, J. Na say, and I bet me out Panama say Madrid for a starting a winning titles and no and someone, and also a PF Kylian Mbappe, and so as well Epa, Arsenal, Victor Osimhen, and common also Aquaco saying, not yet. And some Arsenal and crack. Yes, Victor Osimhen no munya mope. Victor Osimhen yes wa catch and call say Arsenal so oba nanka ebio mutimene Galatasaray for the Kabibia area. Body obepa essence a premiership a leg bakwa or no Victor Osimhen wa pre obeso obo premiership ni bi ansa no de ball no enso apa na we here. Nebom yes a few issues big a crowd ho. Dia din kan Galatasaray for no sika Arsenal for pim so mopa. Just Arsenal for so musa promoting. Ebia be 150 b and yes convincing terms of mon ton boy this say the everything. Dia Subio Victor Osimhen Sika Oje et said the Bukayo Saka Ejina 300,000 pounds. Now our bar of a person can be asanso account into 2 issues and Arsenal forces say Omugusu Omusu a deal say Yanjentum na you make it deal no you push it for this deal and answer Kasabano and in Yama agency fee one yencha so Arsenal be taking decision Arsenal taking decision we are the one some answer at the bro Mami Morgan Rogers Chelsea new signing Morgan Rogers. Now Morgan Rogers and the Ebisan say, Uniko Palmer and Kofota can say, Mostala near prep, Muntimin bo 1 position, Muntimin bo 1 team, Namobo 1 team Cranwa, a best short team, the Sansam no, what say? I don't say what's a Sansam, no bet me a catch say, and then a crack that. Also, Mumianu, Obia one the qualities, a different crowd, so not Jabola. Or you direct, or share place, no, or you physical, Kopama you calm, or be control game, no, link up play, after you pass it into also no a different crowd, or beyond so some common way to say, or me original park and so muntimimbo.
Then you'd be talked about in that conversation or not?
No, never.
No, really?
I have self-confidence, self-belief that I could get to the Premier League, and when you're talking about some of the best players in the world in my position, so no,
but you're one of them now.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, has that sunk in? Interviews you did 2 years ago, and you're already saying it's mad how far I've come, and the journey's only got more remarkable.
Yeah.
So this summer, with the World Cup, obviously this incredible transfer, has this been the craziest bit yet?
Yeah, probably just being on the biggest stage of football, really, in terms of going to one of the biggest clubs in England, and also
now Morgan Rogers
and I don't want it to be that. I want to keep pushing on it. I don't want it to
and now Tottenham training grounds nenya some ketwa ya cameras wo ho e wo se ahwe ne ni bia e koso esen se yenia Mohamed Kudus and now pa cameras a woto na esi Kudus so na we Tottenham training kwa na e koso Kudus foul ball ha Kudus o okay. Dia mede mani ehun otwane wo television no so aya Kudus na otimide na right no boss shot sa de nyamya duma season ebefa Kudus no na wa fa ball no wa tene na say na wa sanso move to space no the ball no e dia shawa dia ma no ye hwe no season ni ene ma be koye enso dia ma mo Tottenham team no ekoye eja photo shoot kakra ansana training no so eba beko so everything be bia de dana kwemu kama na mom tiamet no say Tottenham any call the gap personal agreement done na mom Liverpool for say 70 million pounds sikani nye ready a ema Tottenham ambe jinjiro mo say Tottenham eni abre or per Savinho asanso de call the gap enso account up till now Manchester City no deal yet for Savinho. It's on Tottenham Sikano base figure and then 65 Manchester City Premier account Cody Capo Tottenham and so pussy Liverpool for 70 and also bet me aje and no anzamani bia and also a PFU upper Mami Mikel Merino. Now Merino can't samubi ha Kwame Biggie anyway as for Mikel Merino say Arsenal are the best midfield in football. Hey, best midfield in football.
Real, probably the best midfield in football. The amount of quality that we have there with every player that can come on the pitch and make a good shift is great. That's good for the team, that's good for the squad. Rises everyone's level because if you have a bad day, the one that is close to you is gonna do a great job. So yeah, everything is about pushing each other in every day in training and show it on game day. Honestly, it's unreal. Probably the best midfield in football.
Sama Mikel Arteta eka ayan kre. Abranse Mikel Merino on 70 Bruno Gomares, Martin Zubimendi eka ho. Mikel Merino no emu ka ho Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, Eberechi Eze, Luis Kelly. Omo the best midfielder of football mo. Hey, well, Mikel Merino on 70 here. And also eka and so I don't know not yet. Bukayo Saka says they will agree personal terms with Aston Villa. I was at Aston Villa and West Ham United for Kwakasa. West Ham says £25 million. Full and for the loan offer. West Ham United for someone J and no I never piano so play few up. Minoka say you call Christopher Nkunku and so our Milan airports says they the Ruben Amorim Media Nkunku Nuno or permanent year 15 into Jafo or on them airports so or two coin. Any braba say Amorim Nenia Bre unim Samarim so swako country and Penufon say Omoche Rafael Leao on Peno Penufoni Manimia Mochana Munini Fritzim Timu says say Uchafudi he pressure out there to AC Milan so I'm on pump plus and I know say Ferran Torres so go so or trying final confirmation. Barcelona at the crowd had a man say I fed you with me to quine and no and I'm a deal no and Guswa air train for dealing in the area then mom or more time final confirmation Barcelona the crowd had to send a pair Ferran Torres ever fly from Barcelona to Paris now fay walk to us so and so oh come right Ferdinand any your telements akasa now telements any Eben say Marcus Rashford or to saying and also here Rashford or any papa about training so why yen training up a place is serious our training grounds are a prompt for Rashford ekahupi nanko fon sama ye kan for Rashford hono say nya no kra wo share Rashford one on one to say akwa we or your correct person pa
at Villa Marcus Rashford came.
Yes.
What was his impact like at the football club and what does he bring to a team? Because he's back here now, and I hope he stays.
He's got amazing qualities, and his touch, his acceleration, his finishing, you know, his qualities on the ball. But then I think what surprised me most with him was his commitment. You know, there was such a big thing made out of him that he wasn't committed or wasn't in it for the right reasons or whatever. You see the player coming in, and it's completely opposite from what you hear. He was committed, he was doing the work. He was positive with everyone.
PFU Oba area Arsenal so Jarrell Kwanzaa of Liverpool Sena Arsenal go so say Arsenal esusu some the 50 million euros ekwa by Liverpool for betias here Anton Branson and so at the amamo center back obetimi abo as a right back former Liverpool defender Arsenal and so ekuso area say obetimi enya boy na Liverpool for our option say obetimi amache Liverpool for betna say ama Arsenal after Jarrell Kwanzaa sana questioner dachi yebedi hu nkomo bigi
kwaku
yema nkomo
kwaku mama sha sem free story oyetisi Yuri Telemans ensema okadefa Marcus Rashford ho Yuri Telemans and Marcus Rashford abo ball our Aston Villa. And Yuri Telemans is talking about what he saw about Marcus Rashford our Aston Villa. Kwaku menka se Telemans eboa. But ye minim wo wiase ne se. Nipa da se ni bio na masase su bia, no matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are a good man in someone's books and you are a bad man in another man's books. That is how life is. No matter who you are. Nipa ni nipa boni ni se sen. Inti mpanifo wakasa bi wo se nipa boni ni mpo e won nkaye da. No matter how wicked the person is, no matter how bad the person is, there is this one person. Sa semesi na hunu to nipa boni ni ane tu nipa boni bi mari ase da no. Wa ye obi papa bi. A time bi nipa ne be kai bi a oboni mu ase ka se sa bere we die se nkenya semesi na mihia no a ebi anka mi wuye. Ana se nka BBC ye. Die na be ma Manchester United supporter. Manchester United coaches akase Marcus Rashford mu ade Rashford nya committed or hard drain or you problematic. Rashford or Manchester United there were times team ko break. Team ni ko break no almost every player returning to the base. At that same year training ase. Marcus Rashford friend before catch almost say he have more time to excuse himself from the team camp. Okay, any problem. Ya ma days ni bi aka ho. Days na ya de ma wo ka ho na so. Marcus Rashford and reported. One reporting one signs one from Manchester United coach. And can't say any being seen to me reported every way. One ba one cash and chirubia. Obaye and the problems our Manchester United started here with coach Ruben Amorim. It is based on instances like this. And in Yema BSC here, a quabonte supporters stay here. Any coach in Ankasano on any year Juma with Tim Nimono, and a coach in a case player and a hardjane. Mean Tim in a Juma. There was so free Manchester United Noko. Eventually he left and called Aston Villa. The Aston Villa story is a different story and a different conversation altogether. At Aston Villa, one of the best performances I've been from Marcus Rashford. Aston Villa performance. It was due to the Aston Villa performance. And a Marcus Rashford, Barcelona man another opportunity after we had that loan deal. And I don't think say they see what Manchester United. They of course were Manchester United. I am so Marcus Rashford free Manchester United no. Or could that's how to buy Nedi. Aston Villa bobo kunim Debbie. So that's how to buy Nedia. Menya sure senka ball now boy nanko betimi abo. Menya sure senka coach Unai Emery. Ebetimi handle a brand here no man a lot of opportunities. Eti asam na Yuri Telemans eka. Efa Marcus Rashford ho. So I surprised say man force Rashford nya committed. Onkunu home from team. Onyere ne home from mobile. Onye serious. Onye player obu ade no. Ono na ye ne nwanwa because when who sa ade no Marcus Rashford ho e wo Aston Villa. But the Rashford we are talking about e wo Manchester United before his problems. A different Rashford compared to Rashford now no Aston Villa no. And until I make say, Minka say Yuri Telemans boy. Minka said you all can no cre debi a ye do huye. Nemo me wiase no kwaku sanete. Nipa bia, you are a good man in one man's book and you are a bad man in one man's book. And that is normal. Obia kwa bokro no. Okobokro no. Opia bonten no. When who obia come de no wacha ne tenga na sidi so onje nkonkoto aduane. Kwa kuwuno obewi a one de nipa ne yakromfo but your child 10 Ghana cedis ni nyankopon a wanhia ne saada na nko wuye. That is how life is. Enti de Telemans hu Aston Villa and odi hu nkomo no and I am hoping and praying say Rashford this house suban no any performance no a odai na di wa Aston Villa na Telemans e ka ho asem no should he stay e Manchester United Ebeba United na yenya a refined Marcus Rashford a obema the best of performances e Manchester United bobo ko nimo kwako. Moving on, Frankie de Jong emane ho nya Barcelona supporters na hi enya time bia and I same be be careful be babonte say oba be defend it. At times silence is golden.
At times.
Yes.
Na we omugune ni mu asne.
Sana onu ni be hu no. Say yenim guase.
So we present facts.
We present facts. But on one kasa nsem na oka no. E contradicting nsem bia wadi nkan aka. Enu nti na make say man nya Barcelona supporters ne ntan no. no matter the level you play to, no matter what you do for the club, Kwaku, when you decide to fight the system, that is the reality. When you decide to fight the system, you decide to fight the club, the supporters are going to turn against you. Obibaka says, I'm fighting against the club, I'm fighting against the system. And you and pennyphobia can say me for no few say any no crack. Kwaku, Bepemane. Minu how Lionel Messi left the club. And Sema Yakafa Lionel Messi home. This is not even arguable. Since the inception of the club Barcelona, Yatibo Bokona, your friend Bassano, play a Biambo Barcelona, Unimbo Bochan Lionel Messi da. But when you got to that latter end, not penny or that club and no person Lionel Messi kono. Necessary Shichel Jumabi, nor the two Lionel Messi, so one the top supporters in it. Kwaku upon the Lionel Messi, Ayama Barcelona, yina. Born our body, Ama Barcelona, yina. Single-handedly, the trophies Lionel Messi had won for the Barcelona team, the supporters, a section of them, didn't look at all these things. Oh, it drew our time. No? And Lionel Messi, crowd boy a cadodo. Lionel Messi, na yesika yina ko dini and yashe, some 24% Messi, Messi inko. These were the same supporters Lionel Messi were giving them joy. These were the same supporters that held Lionel Messi. In fact, up till now, a lot of these supporters still hail Lionel Messi. They hold him in high esteem. But the truth say, club no, any Lionel Messi, they had to choose one. The supporters decided they were going to choose their club. Choose Lionel Messi. A lot of them. No matter what you have done for the club, even Lionel Messi, now how much more Frankie de Jong. There are instances our coach say, "Me say be bomb match, person or me say 9 years, you won't be more." Majatum. But Oko World Cup now at the Dutch national team camp, Kwaku. One kasa will letter after the World Cup or the Barbon thing. You confirmed. Say a series of tests, just as he's saying in the interview now. A series of tests and actually say pressure. Name doctors and a catcher was say a prana shahonomo, Ubetimi dia bark, Kuba Reno. A Frankie de Jong Numa Semina making, Catreman Pro. Or say, Obetimi dia barshi enyano, according to the medical team or national team camp. Name or Shas Yasa Oba World Cup, no, a ye pin crabin and what's one in them. The doctors and the Kayanechino. Oshas yasa obono afi woti pain kakra bi ewo nanim World Cup no bi ahwe bi ye hu bandage na etimu kotodwe ana odebo. That is the kind of commitment. And in some Barcelona coaches refuse to here obasa
or say Netherlands doctors no and a man permission so it's me abo
and no America no. So just as he said in this interview, after the World Cup, letter now or the Barbon Tino. Okay, I will let him say, doctors and a clan is over to me about or you okay? Name or shas yes or bono. Yauka crabin and what one in name
crabby.
Into Yauka crana would say, you know. Giving to the way Yabon one country almost about Yao. But Rome had the bandit team who go to be. Emma the bomber the Dutch national team because it is your national team. Barcelona supporters and so much national one. They are going to feel say a Praga club now was say they won't be for Champions League in my no. Or national team need you kun hobo into go to be say after the World Cup. O buy and Nabasa for and say, hey, now none of the aqua drew near. Just all the tenanche you. Sanse mo ye mabon team me chilemo kwaku Obama why he. Because support are not no kekabomwa e prana want to be fancy akan amaye no uri ko si akan de ma national team enunti na be say man nke kansem bi ma supporters ne ma metano na Lionel Messi mpo do yema Barcelona ni nyina achi no e duru time omo person omo kona mpanifo ne set agenda no e to supporters bi trim na how much more wo Frankie de Jong dia na wa yama Barca for the past 7 years Bob Ben wa bo Barcelona e bro so for the past 7 years e wo Barcelona team ni mu. That is why I'm comparing him to Lionel Messi. In Chimuni Doswa, supporters and about Tenasia Kabia Boom no matter TBF frame. And you are my fa. And yes, I want the time about so. He should just keep quiet. A brand so now bequa. No one can to no fetch now Koboko. Samly in Chimuni. Kwaku Liverpool, why near transfer due to Liverpool? I am not seeing the decisions Liverpool taking as decisions are prudent to help the club.
They are here.
Almost everything, a lot.
Okay.
Now you shall see from last season near the bar.
Okay.
The biggest Liverpool problem has been their right wing. Baby Anna Mohamed Salah Dano. Salah was available last season. But I mean, said the Salah we saw last season wasn't the Mohamed Salah of yesteryears. There be performance and tactical form. But Mohamed Salah into Oban in the mu. You see, I wanted in who and rain a fool. Into one in the morning who ninety and how Obenya Bakum you be their firm. No, the call. Your boss is in Newe. That position has been Liverpool's biggest problem. Liverpool yam failure. Yam fair non and tour. The left wing position, Kweku. Last season, even when Mohamed Salah was around, one of the reasons Liverpool struggled last season is the exit of Luis Diaz from the left wing. Luis Diaz in Niho. Liverpool and me a competent footballer and the quality do Luis Diaz there. I'm an unfairless position now. I'm into Cody Gakpo new competitor bia like a deseka performance. Papa Kakrane Bonemian for the next 3 or 4 matches. But Liverpool be fan the size and so be anyhow. Your boss last season Newe. Salah right wing the Liverpool nyam failure. The left wing position Liverpool nyanya an upgrade over Cody Gakpo. It's a Kobasa ye started season in Nimpoa. Liverpool team in fall short. But yeah, that's sorry in Neno. Liverpool is about Beton Cody Gakpo no. At the number Tottenham Bobo no. Without getting Obi Obabesha's position in the Liverpool.
Some up Bakula.
Kwaku, my fan me pe e nsunsun them.
Okay.
Yes. And my room fi say Bakola nya Liverpool nko na nya ope o. Bakola bo no e na ama teams bi twetwe wo ho. It is a Liverpool beton Cody Gakpo. Now we turn on the naso sikaso and the akwakofa Bakola. Now we turn Cody Gakpo nwe. Now we competitors no mo pe Bakola ni bi nsusu di sika akwakofa. Now we Liverpool here then. I don't know what they are thinking at this moment. So when you Bakola and I will try Cody Gakpo amana kwa ni problem. But as we speak, Liverpool nyanto a left wing and Mama shares our position no. A position that is already weakened. Nipa na obon nkakran kakra so ano de ma no u jana manako as we speak omoni da hugo ekitike so ana so ye fit otimi bo the left wing position enti ono no mo de ne bebo ana so ono no mo de ne bebo a what is the guarantee say Alexander Isak ebetimi abobo no to say Isak na yenim no e wo the number 9 position the amount. So in order to solve problems, Liverpool rather wants to create more problems in their team. And that is why I'm asking, say, why na ye transfer deals dima Liverpool? Because Liverpool deals in common ye didn't yet. Me won ye. Now no na sa de ba ko bre so coach and has up so the Jeremy from Pombo the right wing. So if that is the case, they are not even looking for a player to fill in that position. Gab kakra kana Mohamed Salah ja to no. Omum pe obi mane mambe feel you. And other positions and so no mo say to be a frame. Let's not forget in Kobo when Komrani and come for nyina there is a new manager. There is no guarantee. Say na Jumane this season e be fa e di man Doni Areola. So Liverpool should be very careful with the kind of deals they are doing. And yes akwaku e be affected the performance of the club and more Liverpool bobo kono say season na shasia. Kwaku Joshua Champon to Coventry City. Should this deal happen, it would be one of the best deals for me in this transfer window. Yes. I am saying this because it saddens my heart to see a quality player or a good prospective player not getting minutes in a team. So when you minutes are a retarded progress, and my retrogress as a footballer. Chelsea team wants to move from last season, the 10th position and the poor performance of the season. And they are calling him. It's Chelsea 2 players. Players no more turn. Maxence Lecroix, quality centre back, an experienced one for that matter. Or that Joshua Champon him in terms of experience, top level experience. Levi Cowell, one of the best left centre backs. Last season, he turned the Kakebi who ni more Chelsea. And this is a Kobasa season in Chelsea. Now, Alonso Penipa Menu, the Gina Chelsea, Chewa Momo Siakaya. Kwaku, Menya shows will be looking beyond these two, Maxence Lecroix and then Levi Cowell. Behind them, Wesley Fofana, the other centre backs, I'm not going to talk about them because Tosina Darabioyo, Badiashil, these are players, I mean, whom almost a better than Josh. But these two players are my bomb mudino. Say you plan a bebam. Ediama Ebia Levi Cowell. I want you consistent because of injuries. A bad day say who just about the Rasa Tabak on my babebo. Aside that, right back now with Timmy Bono. There is still Rhys James. There is still Malo Gusto. And to right back position, so say Shampoa. Packing order not also by me and this accumulated cards about this injuries about and sana what me and biabo. But could be a Premier League in Biabedia dance here say. Open one of the young centre backs in the Premier League, Omunim Bonne Bopa, a brand new week. But a baby or one. And no man in your more, and then bring the best out of the player. It is so be about Premier League. Now, about the experience, the experience and then the opportunity to play. And you be a say Frank James Lampard. Look at the Chelsea connection. And then I don't prefer one Chelsea Bobo in terminal because Crystal Palace no matter Chelsea near ready some of the more. But Coventry they are likely say because of Lampard. And Lampard they offer a young Chelsea player. Definitely Obama the opportunity. He is a good one for that matter. Oba grow in the game of Premier League and looking at the quality and the Kaka Obomi who last season no. The only thing this young man needs is playing time. Maybe after a season or two, Chelsea best answer and idea back. Our Baba be even a starting role at the Chelsea Bobo Kono. And at this moment, I'll be very glad and happy. So Brandt when your opportunity to copy commentary now. The quality no kwaku ebe yi ne ho ankasa e wo Premier League ni mama ye ho.
Thank you very much. Yet was so Kwame.
Nkomo no bebre na ade aba me de biba. Ensem no edoso. Kwaku obia will follow transfers be enim say Barcelona main targets for omo number 9 position and as a striking role no Julian Alvarez obia will follow football be enim Barca heard him say ombenya brantie no na emum ni omema kwa akoye den e ama Barcelona enti se ni omema kwa akoye den di ama Barcelona dia omuntimi ntina ho saa se ye twa ama brantie no wabɔ ne ball nyina we ne contract to Atletico Madrid and san aton striker foforo e wo se ye di ani ehwe ba bi foforo enna kwesi bruni beka nse ye behwe options so Barcelona for ehwe options in case so menya Julian Alvarez a na no ana options no okọ Barcelona omo players be for omo monitor mo in case say Julian Alvarez deal no anye ya sa 4 players omo ye option edema Barcelona no eno ana Colombia ni abrantie Luis Suarez no eka ho bi you see akan edema Sporting Lisbon no enti say ne washa o content time fidie ni so a Luis Suarez mpokwa trendy because Barca for monitor abrantie no internally abrantie no discussion across Barcelona omu team nim some be for abrantie fence Luis Suarez Barca enfa bid enkoma Sporting Lisbon Barca any abrantie ni ending komo by a internal discussion say Barca mpanyimfo a omu kase bi omu to players omu take decision ana discuss say in case as Julian Alvarez anye ya hwan ye betimi di ama aba on board a on be boa Barcelona ana ama Luis Suarez din no aba be piem enti internal discussions ana akoso a brantie din no Barca etimi a monitor brantie no a o ma discuss a brantie no na kwaku de etie ne ye say initially na Hansi Flick omo ye discussion na Hansi Flick emfili abrantie no by enanope adukronti ama story ni nyina apie ni yese anope ani yese Hansi Flick aka okay to Luis Suarez move no so Luis Suarez enkomo no enye ne na eba ewo hodada by na Hansi Flick na yese ompe by na anope na Hansi Flick eka okay e de che se omenya Julian Alvarez dia ene Luis Suarez no betimi e de naba na branch friend Luis Suarez no wabo 8 different clubs wabo Granada kakra wakwa kwani ne Olympic du Marseille ana okopie mu esoso Almeria ana odi akopie mu Sporting Lisbon na Almeria for ne ton ne ma Sporting Lisbon last season at the time ana Sporting Lisbon elusu almost striker Victor Gyökeres and almost sign no 25 million euros e de ne be share abrante no de be replace Victor Gyökeres. Ne first season with Sporting Lisbon, that was last season, almost 38 goals. Last season, who Portugal Liga, the top scorer, Luis Suarez na ese Barcelona, edi ne ho nkomo no, ona na top scorer. Portugal. Enti goals ni de o shebi. By Barcelona for edidi sa nkomo no. Ana Sporting Lisbon for president Federico Varandas. Edi ababe to abonti e na wie say. Oma tete se Barcelona for discuss about Tomo striker Luis Suarez. No more Sporting Lisbon no omo nye se ombeton abrante no. According to the president, Edema Sporting Lisbon, Federico Varandas no so omo nton abrante no. Na mum do omo be ye say teams a omo be bia no akra no e wo contract till 2030. Almeria for e wo sell on clause 10%. Into omo ni team bia anya discussion. Na the release clause no branebe activate release clause no anaye 80 million euros. So indirectly no the Sporting Lisbon for ne catch Barcelona for ne say I just some about between 80 million euros no. Amon per se ye no be discussion. Te buone so ye betu an installment. Betu an release clause 80 million euros. Nyame aduma next week and ye be say Barcelona ebe movie for Luis Suarez anase o movie.
Kwame na mpese mbisa se Barcelona release this story no. Enye in a way de pressure Julian Alvarez say onke kan ho enye sa ekophobia ba. Na sene be Alvarez the pressure ebe to Atletico Madrid for no so.
In a way bit my yes.
Okay.
In a way a bit my yes and was our story no so o am de be back. In a way bit my yes. Say a kwan a bit me the pressure to Julian Alvarez ne team no no the pressure so ma Atletico Madrid. And no say report with Atletico Madrid ni pre-season krokobo omo game okobo mpokura no man fa Julian Alvarez anko.
Omo chirem say sisia na oba
nti onye fully fit so. Okay. By he say ne say Luis Suarez deal no kwaku e bo say Barca ni abrepa next week. By the ekoso the internal talks ana ekoso en kwaku de ma asem no asem kofo eya agedi kese pa no eye nipo represent Luis Suarez no Fali Ramadani sa ofa Fali Ramadania agents are very close to Barcelona eye Fali Ramadani on so na represent Luis Suarez okay Pjanic eye Fali Ramadani na de Pjanic e de ba Barcelona Frankese on de ne ba ye Ubamiyong ba Barcelona no eye Fali Ramadani ana de ne ba ye Clement Lenglet ana Marcos Alonso ana ye the same Fali Ramadani ano ye agent edema Luis Suarez no it because of Fali Ramadani no e sama nkofo e suspect say enie obetime push na Luis Suarez no e de aba by kwaku next week yesima an ye behu Luis Suarez so Barcelona beko so onko ni nyina no e be depende on Abrante friend say Julian Alvarez e move no enti e be hwe de ba ko si we e story ba ko e free Barcelona camp eso so eba na Joshua Champon Kofi e Champon ne die no kwaku no kure wo mi ye say akra ni pe playing time enti timer Crystal Palace e ba ye no na Abrante friend say Joshua Champon pese oko no pese oko Alonso aka Chelsea sporting directors ni say die besie bia no Joshua Champon mo monton no kwaku nim say ka Chelsea sporting directors na ankoma ma Joshua Champon akolo na o me decide o mo bo ye bo last season wie no players na Chelsea decide say o metima mo makolo na Joshua Champon ka ho bi Balloon so by no be block some move ni say on pesa akra no be because akra no was special project any special plan be your person di Joshua Champon be ye ana ma Chelsea mpanyin form person be ton boy no by boy so boy no ana ne call for so per se okunya playing time ana coach say me enton So as it stands now, a Chelsea coach no e wo gidie wa akora nim. Ana Lampard e de Coventry for qualify the about Premier League. Na kwakudi ama Lampard ni abri abrantie no so nyina na yese. Yese Lampard team na owo sese no. Ne center backs no. Ohun ni se Joshua Champon e wo soro. Esen Bobby Thomas. Owo soro esen Luke. Owo soro esen Joe. Sa 3 center backs e wo Coventry no. Yese Lampard hu ni se owo soro. Enti so nya Joshua Champon a obetima yusu no right center back ko. And back credit card no person yusu no e right back a. Ohun ni se Joshua Champon e wo soro. Esen Milan. Ana Hayden. Milan ni Hayden. Ana ye right back sesi omo Coventry. Omo nyina Lampard hu ne se abrante fen se Josh Echampon e wo soro se no. Enti wonim se papa ye friend se Dean Austin. Dean Austin ana ye Coventry for sporting director. Okwa ko hu Chelsea for ne se omo pa abrante ni loan. Omo de omo nka so omo pen permanent. Mr. Dean Austin e kwa ko hu Chelsea pen for say omo pen loan. It's up to Chelsea for. Se Chelsea ti ase dia. Josh Echampon ebetime move ya Coventry under Frank James Lampard loan by Alonso say emomo ntono emre anankrabia ne bechere the future of Joshua Echampon se obeko anase obetna na tie komodie na odi tu dwa no about dealer